How to create a good relationship with your thesis supervisor. Hi, I'm Gabby from mythesiscoach.com, and today I want to share some ideas about how you can begin your relationship with your supervisor on a positive note. So number one, try to establish a personal connection with your supervisor. Now, this doesn't mean you should stalk them and park outside their house and note what they eat for lunch, but rather in your communication with your supervisor, whether you're on email or whether you are meeting them face-to-face or online, try to share a little bit about yourself, ask them questions about themselves. You want to create a real relationship as opposed to just sort of two people forced to work together to meet deadlines and check boxes. If you can form that relationship of mutual respect from the very beginning, you can use that throughout the relationship and it will keep deepening. Whereas if you don't have that established at the beginning, well, then you've got nothing to build on going forward. So feel free to share a little bit about yourself here and there to get to know them a little bit, ask questions. Everyone loves people who ask them questions. You don't need to cross a boundary between professional and not professional, but you will find that that kind of personal relationship goes very far. Number two, create explicit expectations about the ways that you both work. Now, I know that some institutions require you to complete a MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, where you fill it out and your supervisor, and you say to each other things like how often you want to hear from each other, what kind of input you'd like, what your turnaround time is for responses to each other's feedback. I think that's really great, so definitely do that if your institution requires it. If your institution doesn't require it, I would say create a document like that anyway, where you each get a chance to say what you expect from each other, and in creating that collaborative document, you'll have a chance to argue those things out. I think often conflict with supervisors arises when you expect your feedback back in a week. They can really only do it in 2 weeks because they're very busy, but meanwhile that 1 week where you're waiting for them and they're not, it can become a sort of cesspool of feelings of resentment and anger. You don't want that. So do try to be as explicit as possible when you are right at the beginning of your process negotiating those things out. The third and final tip that I want to share in this video is to keep in touch with them. Don't disappear. I know often it might feel like you've got nothing to say, nothing to show your supervisor, so you'd rather not make contact. But that can be really frustrating for a supervisor who then, when they've got so many other things happening, you'll just kind of drop off their list, unfortunately. It's your responsibility to reach out. Even if you haven't done anything for a while, drop them an email and say, hi there, just to let you know, I'm currently reading this. It's taking a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I'm hoping to shift in that direction a little bit later. Keep them in the loop, keep them in touch. They can't help you if you don't communicate with them. So there we go, 3 tips about how to start off your relationship with your supervisor on a positive note and to build on from there. See you next time.